Dear brothers and sisters of planet Earth, I am Hilarion. It is important, every day, for each of you to take care of this garment you are wearing, make sure that it stays clean. No, I'm not talking about physical cleanliness here, it's etheric cleanliness. You have to unload everything that your auras store up during the day, all the exchanges that take place during the day. It's always important to protect yourself as much as possible. Those who are initiated into techniques, don't get out of bed without activating them. It's important to protect yourself. It's important that there's always something around you that protects you from all the energies that are around you. Those of you who don't have any techniques are not helpless. You can call us. Choose a being of light, anyone, and ask us to create a bubble of protection around you, and we will immediately do so. Oh yes, those with technique can also ask for this. It will be an extra protection to all the others that you will have activated. My brothers and sisters, this is not a time for napping. Attention is needed. You need to know how to place yourself in this world that you are in. The intensity of the positive energies is immense, but so are the negative ones too. Because they are playing with everything they have. They are bringing into your world everything that they can bring of imbalance and of something that makes you lose faith and trust. The times ahead will not be easy. You will need to pay close attention to what you believe, what you hear and think is true. You need to be very careful. Every news that arrives, every story that arrives, has an energy. To believe it is to connect with energy. So be very careful with what you hear. If you're inside the bubbles, protected, that energy won't penetrate, it will hit and go away. Unless you emit fear. If, for some reason, you connect with that energy and emanate fear, the bubble, your protections will leave. Be aware of this. All the protections you activate, at any time of the day, remain active when you vibrate high. If you vibrate low, emanate fear, emanate doubt, the protections fall away, they don't remain. So be very careful with what you are connecting to. You can hear what you want, you just can't feel fear. You can't connect with the energy that's there. Just listen. Do as you usually do when we speak, which goes in one side and out the other, and you don't keep what is said. Unfortunately, you have a tendency to connect with and listen to and pay attention to fake news that is created to bring fear, to bring doubt, to make you lose control. So you need to be very careful. You need to be attentive at all the time. And always keep vibrating high so that the protections and the bubbles of light are not able to allow anything to penetrate your bodies. Renew the protections and bubbles as many times as you like during the day. It's never enough. Now, understand this, you can ask for 1000 bubbles and your body will absorb what it is capable of. So don't overdo it. You don't want to be too cautious, too much. Because you're just wasting time. There is always a limit, the limit that the body can take, the limit that we do. So, always notice if you feel that you are getting caught up in things that come from external, reinforce the protections, and we will immediately help you. This is how you need to be through the whole day. Always alert. Always looking ahead. Always being very smart about everything you hear. Don't believe everything. Learn to listen with your heart. Always ask your heart, is this true? Oh, but I don't know how to listen to my heart. As long as you believe that you are not able to listen, you won't be able to listen. From the moment you understand that your heart is part of the higher self, you will understand, you will have the answers. The spiritual heart of each one of you is the heart of the higher self. So the connection is direct. Ask and it will answer you. You just have to believe it and develop it. You are afraid of what you will hear. Many people don't connect because they think they'll be judged, they'll be criticized, they'll be punished. And then I ask you, where is unconditional love? The higher self in each of you is pure love. There are no judgments. There is no criticism. There is guidance. The problem is that you often hear the guidance, but because it's not what you want, you don't believe it, you think it's the mind talking. And that it's being contrary to what you want, so it's not good. There is a lot of ego in all of you. So learn to listen to everything with your heart. Learn to listen. When in doubt about something, ask your heart, is this true? And wait for the answer. Try not to form an opinion beforehand, so that you can be sure it's not your mind talking. This is the big problem. You always think it's the mind talking. But when you really connect with your heart, it's never your mind talking. Where is the mind? A little way from the heart. So, if you're there in the heart, inside it, sitting there, inside the heart asking for an answer, the mind will never speak, it will always be the heart that will answer. The mind only speaks when you put yourself inside it, then it speaks. Learn that. Learn to believe that you are capable of being inside your own heart. Put a chair inside. Create a pleasant atmosphere inside your heart. Light music. A comfortable place and go there. And know that this is your heart speaking, the mind will never enter there, because the heart won't allow it. Learn that. And start to understand exactly everything that comes your way. All the news, all the teachings that come, try to listen with your heart, so that you learn. Or not. It will depend on what you hear. Don't assume that everything is true. It's true when your heart believes it. Because if your heart doesn't believe it, you can have a beautiful being of light in front of you, telling you that, but if your heart doesn't believe it, it won't be worth anything. And this will indicate that you are not yet in the time to learn that. So know how to understand each person's moment. That's why the journey is so lonely. Don't compare yourself to others. Look only at yourself. To your heart. And take care of yourself. Protect yourself. And just as you create your protections when you get out of bed, create them when you go to sleep. It's important, because the soul also needs protection. And there are many people here whose souls are very crafty at night and go to places they shouldn't go. In an attempt to appear superior, to appear ready. And you get into a lot of trouble. You don't know what we have to do at night, during your sleep. We don't rest. Because that's when you're most vulnerable. And because you don't protect yourselves, you become easy targets for negative energies. Learn that too. Take care of yourselves. You are powerful beings. You are divine sparks. Act like it.